So much of the process of putting your home on the market is getting that all-important assessment, or maybe you just want to make improvements to your home and you get that assessment in the mail and you don't like what you can see. Well, the Metz Group is here to help you appeal your assessment on your home's value. Joining us here in studio is B. Metz to help you through the process. B, I didn't know you could do that.
Yes.
I didn't know that, because so many people get their assessment and they're like, this is wrong. Or,
Yeah.
you know, we're unhappy with the price of it.
Right, exactly. And you can appeal it. There is a process that you have to go to. You can go through it online with Jefferson County PVA, or they do have some on-site spots that you can go to throughout the month. The appeal is over on May the 20th, so you have to submit your paperwork, and it's just not a matter of you walking in and saying I don't agree. You have to have paperwork prepared. So
do you start it online?
Well, you will start it online, but you'll have to have your paperwork.
Okay.
So what people can do is they can contact me, and I can actually pull comps for them to show like the property values of properties within their neighborhood, so that they can show the property valuation that, hey, like these homes just sold and they only went for this, and you've got my property assessed at this.
Yeah.
So they can bring it down. You can also show like interior photos of your property where maybe you do have some deferred maintenance or things like that that would probably bring your property value a little bit lower than those that are in your neighborhood. And I can provide you with interior photos of the homes that I'm using as comps, so that you can show them that, hey, this one was completely remodeled, mine hasn't ever been remodeled, especially like in those older neighborhoods where a lot of people have updated and maybe you haven't taken that step yet. So it is a process, and it does work. Property valuation is really friendly as far as working with you, but you do have to have your paperwork in order. Like I said, you do have to have some comps. Some people go out and pay an appraiser, but like literally they can contact me and I can actually pull comps for them and provide that documentation. And then you can actually enter the paperwork online to start the process. If you still don't agree with them after they review it all online, you actually can do an in-person appeal, and they'll let you know if that's the case and how to start that process. But the best thing to do is actually to get online property valuation and work through that process with them. But you do have to have your paperwork, like I said.
You mentioned that key date of May the 20th.
May 20th at 4 o'clock is the end date.
Is that the only, they only have this once per year that you can make this appeal?
You can make this appeal once per year. The new assessments just came out like at the end of April, so most people were probably worried about Derby weekend and haven't even looked at. But if you did get reassessed, if you did get reassessed, then you did get the paperwork already. And some people may not even like their assessment, their current assessment, and it doesn't even matter if it did go up or not. You can appeal that, but the end date to appeal is May the 20th. So you only have a couple weeks to get this done.
If you are going to do all this stuff at home, what are the key documents that you need to gather?
The key documents are getting comps in your neighborhood, which a lot of people don't have access to that information, and that's why I don't mind to do that. You can contact me through our website or our phone number, obviously. And then, like I said, once you get those comps, if you have like I said, some deferred maintenance and things, if you provide pictures of the interior home and the areas that are deferred, then property valuation will take all that into consideration when they're looking at your appeal. And we've worked with a lot of people that have actually appealed them, and like I said, property valuation is very friendly in working with you.
And you found it works.
We've had success in helping them get out those appeals. So yeah.
So how do they get it so overpriced sometimes?
Well, I think a lot of it, especially in recent times, it's probably because of all of the bidding wars that we've been through in the market, and so people are overpaying, for properties. So you're going to have those pockets of like in your neighborhood where there were those properties that were probably over, bidding wars, and then they overpaid for the property maybe. So that I think has probably affected a lot of neighborhoods, and that's why I want to say, and it may not be the exact number, but like 250,000 people were reassessed this year. So it's a large number of people that have been reassessed. And they might be right, they might be wrong. Like I said, last night I was working on 3 different homes for a client of ours that has investment properties, and 2 of their properties, the new assessment was right. 1 of them, no, totally incorrect.
Wow.
But yeah, so it's, most of the time it does work. They'll appeal the one, and we'll see how it goes. But I've been doing it for a few people that actually did pay attention to their mail Derby week
Right.
and have actually had me working on it.
It's
but
the worst possible time to get something like that in the mail, which makes me question, why am I getting this in the middle of Derby week, right?
Yeah.
But so often I think we look at it and we think there's nothing I can do, but you're there to help with something like that. All
would
right,
love
Bea.
to.
Thank you so
All right,
much.
thank you.
So to get started, if you want to start your appeal, go ahead and head on over to jeffersonpva.ky.gov. Or if you want to reach out to Bea, because she's going to help you pull comps and get all your documents together, just head on over to metsregroup.com.